Hello and welcome to another video, and today's video we are taking a break from all the stilettos out unboxings. I've been enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm just taking a break to catch up on doll news. We've had a lot of stuff going on as far as Integrity doll stuff. And then next week, not next week because this video is coming out on Wednesday. So this Saturday, I have received my Surrealist Gala, the Sinué Guzman designed 2 doll set, and that is going to be this Saturday's video, so I'm really excited for that. But before then, I just wanted to take right before the holidays, right before everything. I know I'm going to be traveling for the holidays. I'm sure many of you are as well. But I wanted to catch up on all the doll news and everything before the end of the year wrapped up. I didn't want to start talking about all this doll news after Christmas, so I figured now would be a pretty good time to mix it in, catch up on doll stuff, and then Saturday we'll have a brand new unboxing, then straight back to the stilettos out unboxings. So yeah, today we're just gonna be looking at some of the releases, talking about some of the stuff that's come up recently with Integrity Toys. So I hope you're excited for it, and let's get to it. Okay, so here we are, and we have a bit of a little festive catch-up little presentation I put together. I feel like it's been so long since I've done one of these where I have the screen here, the camera here. I enjoy doing these videos a lot, but I just haven't done it because I've been doing so many unboxings. But anyway, yes, we are getting into a doll catch-up right here at the holiday season, and there's actually a lot to go over, so let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So here we are starting off, and earlier this year, I believe it was within this club year, W Club members or Integrity Toys let everyone know that one of their designers, Vaughn, is going to be stepping away from Integrity Toys, and as a final goodbye gala situation, Vaughn designed 2 dolls as his finale step away dolls. It's really cool that this is something they're doing as a finale to a designer and stuff. I think that's really nice. And we're getting 2 dolls, both from the Meteor line, because Vaughn was the head of the Meteor line. And the first one we're going to be looking at is Gala Glow Up, Zuri Okati. I believe it's Okati. And again, she is the Zuri head sculpt. She is the body type is Meteor 1.0, high-heeled foot sculpt. She is in the dark A-tone skin tone. Her hair is auburn brown, and then she is the W Club price of $165, and she is very pretty, but I will go ahead and say that I did pass on her. The reason for passing on her has more to do with the price than the doll, honestly. After going to the convention, spending a lot of money, I'm trying to just be really smart with what comes into my collection. So from here on out, you'll probably see a lot more of me passing on dolls, just because with my collection, after the convention, I think my collection size with Integrity Toys almost tripled, because before I went to the convention I had 15 dolls. So I think I've about tripled my collection size, so I'm being much more selective about what comes into my collection. And that doesn't mean I dislike a doll. It's just I don't know, it wouldn't fit into my collection, or I just need to be smarter with spending and stuff like that, because again, I am still recovering from convention in some ways. So I did decide to pass on this doll, and the main reason is because of the price of $165. I feel like this doll doesn't come with enough for a $165 price tag, but she is very pretty. I am obsessed with this dress. This color blue is absolutely stunning. I really, really like this dress. And I also love the ribbon extra detail in that really deep V neckline. Then we have the high slit. I love all the silver accessories. I love her really, really full, long hair. Very pretty. I do think the eyeshadow is a bit of an odd choice. I kind of like that it's big makeup. I've talked about it before. I love some big makeup. But in this case, I don't know that because the makeup is so warm toned, and then the dress and her accessories are all silvers and blue and so cool toned, it kind of throws me off with the eyeshadow color a bit, with the face being so warm. I just feel I would want her in a warm tone dress or something. I'm not sure, but I do think she's really pretty. But again, with what she comes with, like, she doesn't come with an extra pair of legs. She, like, I don't know, maybe if she had, like, a fur jacket on top, or came with, like, a skimpier dress, and then, you know, like a little, what do you call it, like a cocktail dress, and this is more of a formal dress. If she came with, like, two looks, well, two looks, I'd probably be willing to go about 200, but still, I just feel like 165 is a lot for her, but I do think she's really pretty, and I think she's a great doll. The next doll, from the same collection, the like Von's final collection, is Seductive SLE Navia Fon, and this is the Navia Fon. She is on the body type FR 6.0, which is really exciting, I know, for a lot of people. I'll talk about that in a second. Then she has high-heeled feet. Her skin tone is honey brown. She has a dark brown hair mix, and she is also a 165 price. So again, I do think the price is questionable for this doll, because similar to Zuri, she comes with just a dress, essentially, a couple pieces of jewelry, and a clutch, more or less. And it's not that this doll isn't good, but I did pass on her as well. It's, again, more to do with the price tag, because the price is just a little too high to me for this, like, what's being offered. I think, like, maybe, like, 135 or 140 even, maybe. But I do think 165 is a bit much. I, however, love that she comes on the FR body. I know a lot of collectors are not a fan of the Meteor body. I like the Meteor body. Again, I don't have a lot of experience with it, to be fair. I only have the Rococo dolls, so I have like Holding Court, Amira Majid, and then, what is it? It's the Naisha, but I forget, Succession. So I have those two, and I think the Meteor body looks perfect on them and in their looks, but they're also in, like, very corseted, like, French aristocracy inspired kind of outfits, so, like, the larger bust really plays into that well with the corset pieces. But I know a lot of collectors prefer the FR body, so it's great that she's being offered in the FR body. And I think her dress is beautiful. I love this dress. It is so sexy. Like, that slit is so incredibly hot, to the point where you're almost seeing the joint of the doll, which is insane. And then I love the wrap pieces. I think she's absolutely stunning. But I have again fallen into an unknown place with Navia, because originally I put her on one of my top 10 least favorite sculpts of Integrity Toys, and I was like, I do not like this sculpt. And everybody was like, you need to give her another chance, or like, once you see her in person, it's different, da da da. And I was like, maybe. But then the Jason Kramer, like the guest designer who designed the, he designed with the Meteor line. I forget what the name of it was. It was like it had the Talia, and she was like an artist, and they were on a red carpet. It had that Navia with the blonde bob. I'll be sure to put up a photo. And I was like, you know what? I was wrong. I love Navia's face. She looks so beautiful. I love her in that look. But then here, again, I feel like I don't like Navia. So I don't know. Maybe I'm really back and forth with this sculpt. I can't really tell. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. In this case, I don't like the Navia. I can't tell you, like, what I would change. I think she has beautiful hair. I love the colors in her makeup and everything. But she's just not for me. But again, a lot of people seemed really excited by these two dolls, which is great. I think they're beautiful finale dolls to a collector. I just think their price point should be down a little lower. But that is it for our, like, first piece of doll catch-up. So I don't have too much to say about this, but I did want to say that we received news that we are getting 2 new designers from Integrity Toys. I think it was like last year they were like put out word that they were looking for new designers and stuff like that. And now we have 2, and we were told a little bit about each of them. There's Pamela Thompson and Anj Calvo. And it's really exciting because I actually met Pamela at the convention before we knew that she'd be a new designer. She runs the Tiny Frock Shop, I believe. And I went into her room, and actually I can show you. One sec. Okay, so I don't know how well this is going to show up with the tiny screen, But while I was at the convention, I actually bought stuff from the Tiny Frock Shop. I bought two things. So I bought this, which is like a Stilettos Out little trunk set. Again, I showed this in my like convention collection stuff, but I bought this as well as this top that I have on this Tulabelle 1.0. It was part of a set originally, but I like cut off the bottom part, but I loved this top part. And it's just like a bunch of like rhinestone gems and metals fascinated together. It looks really nice. So I actually have two items that I've already purchased from our future designer, which is really exciting, honestly. I liked a lot of her stuff. I would have bought a lot more if I had more money on me, honestly. She was one of my favorite room sales that I went to at the convention. So it's really exciting to see stuff from her. And then Anj, I believe I'm saying that right, he is a designer in the Philippines. They didn't really link to any of his work, so I wasn't able to like look and see kind of like what his inspiration and what his style is, but I'm still really excited to see, and I'm excited to see where the new designers go with in Integrity Toys. But that is it for that. Now let's get into like some more products and stuff. Now, right before the Dolly Days that we just had, there was the announcement of some Poppy Parker ornaments, and I thought this was such a cool idea. I really hope this is something they continue in the future. And they announced two Poppy Parker dolls, two Poppy Parker ornaments based off of Poppy Parker dolls. Let me be clear, there was no dolls in this. Like, it was just ornaments. So the first one they have is Joyous Celebration. And you can see on the far side, I put the doll the ornament is inspired by. And so Joyous Celebration, she's a little ornament. And her general pricing is $25 shipping and handling. The W Club members, we got the price of $20 in shipping and handling. And she is an edition size of 2,000. I think she is super cute. I think this is such a cool item. And again, you can see her inspiration over there, which was her 5th year anniversary doll, which recently I did a video where I went a little bit into like the Poppy Parker anniversary doll. So I actually was aware of this doll already, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's very beautiful. I think it was a good choice as an ornament. I think she looks great as an ornament. And I also love that she kind of has that like annoyed Poppy Parker glare, even on the ornament. But I think the second ornament was even better. So here is the second ornament they offered, and this was based off of a early Poppy Parker. This was Reluctant Debutante ornament. And again, same price. She was $25 on the Integrity Toys website and $20 plus shipping and handling for W Club members. And she had an edition size of 2,000 as well. So again, I think this is so cute. Such a cool idea. I think this is my favorite out of the two ornaments. I ended up not getting any. I'm not a like diehard Poppy fan or anything, and I don't have either of these dolls. I think I would have enjoyed it more if it had been either a ornament of a doll that I had or an ornament of a doll that I really wanted or I really liked. I think these are both great, cute choices. I know they are like well liked by Poppy collectors. I was just like, they're not my favorite Poppies, but I came close to getting Reluctant Debutante. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're really cute, really pretty. And also something that I think is really cool is on Reluctant Debutante, you can even see the knee joint in the ornament. Like, so it's literally an ornament of the doll. I don't know, it's so cool to me. I hope this is something we could see more in the future, even with other lines like New Face and FR. I think that could be really cool. Like, I could think of quite a few dolls that would make incredible ornaments. So I hope this is something we can see more of in the future. And if you are interested in these, they are still on the Integrity Toys website. So anyone can go and purchase these, at least while I'm recording, they're still there. But yeah, I thought they were really cute, and I thought this was a really fun thing to offer collectors. Okay, so now we are getting into the biggest part of this video, and that is going to be Dolly Days. So Dolly Days is an event that happens annually with Integrity Toys. As far as I can tell, it at least happened my first year. This is my second club as a W Club member. It happened again this year. And last year, there was a couple things that were offered. We had a Basics doll revealed. We had the Integrity Toys X Carbon dolls. We also had the trunk was a big reveal. So they were like pretty. It was just like each day was like a random new reveal from Integrity Toys, and it was some pretty interesting stuff. Honestly, I remember I ended up passing on everything. I really wanted to get the trunk, but I just did not have money at the time. But it's like pretty interesting stuff, and it was almost kind of like something for everybody is involved. So that's kind of the idea of what everyone's going in with, and in fact, Integrity Toys said in their emails, there's going to be something for everybody. And so there was like a lot of high expectations. Me myself, I was like, I'm gonna keep my expectations low. There was only one thing I wanted last year, and I didn't even get it. So like, honestly, I'd be okay. In fact, I kind of was hoping would end up passing on everything just to like save money here at the holiday times. But anyways, we were told we were going to be getting 4 parts. There's going to be 4 parts to Dolly Day, and it was all going to be in one day instead of spread out of multiple days like last year. And there were some hits and misses. According to like the reception, it seems like mostly misses, but we're gonna get into it. So Dolly Day Part 1, the first part we got, it was the announcement of bodies on the Integrity Toys website. Now, I think this could have been a big hit had Integrity Toys done like just thought about what collectors want as far as bodies. So, not even speaking from my own perspective, but I know from at least the people I've talked to, what I've seen, going to the convention and talking with people, the number one sought after body type is the FR bodies. Like, people will rebody their New Face dolls onto FR. People rebody Poppy Parker onto FR bodies. And then, of course, FR dolls use FR bodies. So FR seems to be the most popular body type amongst Integrity Toys. Oh, and people rebody Meteor onto FR as well. So with that being the case, I would go under the assumption that they would provide all the skin tones for FR dolls since it is most popular. Instead, there was only a couple of body colors offered, not the full range. And it was a very small selection. And then, not even that being said, they offered some odd colors. As you can see here, they offered the fantasy colors for the Poppy Parker dolls, which I have not heard anyone after. I mean, maybe they just put it up there like, we have this in stock, let's go ahead and get rid of it, which could make sense. But when it's like the first part of Dolly Days, and then you're offering like fantasy skin colors, but not even like the full range of skin colors that are more sought after, like gray and pink. I haven't heard anybody looking for a gray or pink Poppy Parker body. Sorry about that, the camera cut out for a second. But like I was saying, I haven't heard anyone like seeking out the gray or pink bodies. So I thought that was an odd thing to throw up there. And then FR bodies didn't have a lot of skin range. And yeah, so it was like, it was put up there, but there wasn't like a full release of like everything people was looking for. There's even like a couple color infusion bodies put up there. So it felt more like, oh, this is what we have like left over in the warehouse. We're going to throw it up, instead of like, hey, everybody, we're coming to provide you with things you've been asking for. So it just felt like more of a dumping of old items than bringing something new to collectors. At least that's the way it felt to me. So yeah. And there was only one body I was honestly looking for. I need an FR Sunkissed an FR 6.0 Sunkissed body, and that was not one of the ones that they put up on the store. So I did not buy anything from the bodies. It didn't seem like this was very well received amongst many collectors, and I can kind of understand why. But let's go on to part 2. So part 2, at least this time we got a full doll, not just a part of a doll. So here we had Moody Bunny Masaki, and if you don't know, Masaki is an Integrity Toys, like, not really Integrity Toys. So it's a doll from the FR Nippon collection, which is like Integrity Toys' sister company in Japan. So Japan has these dolls. They are designed by Integrity Toys designers, and then every once in a while when there's a release, they grab a couple for lottery option is kind of the best way I can explain it. I think Masaki's are super cute, but these dolls are harder to come across and they're in smaller amounts typically. And I'm kind of waiting for the day when Masaki comes out and it's a Masaki that I'm obsessed with, I have to have, and I was like, then I'll go for it. But until that Masaki comes around, I'm probably just going to keep passing. This Masaki was really cute. Her name was Moody Bunny. She has the Masaki head sculpt, body sculpt. She has articulated ankles, skin tone Japan, hair tone Raven. I do think she's really cute. She is definitely giving me Draculaura vibes, like very, very much so Draculaura. Even like if you look at her glasses, they're like the bat winged glasses. She's in all black and pink. So she's definitely serving up some Draculaura. I love the bunny hat. That's really fun. It's kind of like, I don't know, we don't see that type of stuff coming from Integrity Toys, like their normal lines. It's a lot more fun and playful, Masaki tends to be. And then I love her shoes. But again, I just decided, I thought she was really cute. I thought it was a great offer for Dolly Days. But I did decide to pass just because she has like, I don't know, she's a bit, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I needed to have her. And also something I've noticed with the last couple Masaki releases, maybe this is just a me thing, but it seems like the Masaki quality isn't to the same standard as the typical Integrity Toys doll. The price is usually about the same, but like looking at her skirt, it looks much more playline quality. Like her accessories look great, her shoes and everything. Her face is stunning, but like the clothing pieces almost sometimes look a little playline to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never held a Masaki in my hand, but just in some of the photos it looks that way. So if I'm feeling questionable about it, I'm not going to like pay that much money for something like that. So I decided to pass on her, but I did think she was really cute. So now we are on to Dolly Days Part 3 offering, and this one stirred up quite a bit of controversy. So here we have a fashion pack designed by Jason Wu that was offered to the W Club. And it is a right to buy lottery, and it's edition size of 750. So as you can see, it's a cute enough fashion. It wasn't for me. Again, I'm trying to be more selective with like what I got, and I thought this was a cute fashion, but looking at it, I was like, I don't have a doll in mind that I want to put it on. I'm not excited to have a doll dressed in this or anything like that. So I didn't want to enter the lottery for myself. So yeah, I passed on this for me. But what made this so controversial is the Ameline that is modeling the look. So you can see her here. She's right below me, and she is this beautiful Ameline with this like gorgeous, like vibrant orange hair. It's really giving me like the Lilu from Fifth Element orange hair. She has this gold makeup. Really, really beautiful Ameline. And people are freaking out. I've heard so many people say, I wish it was the doll offered instead of the fashion, or offered the doll and the fashion. Everyone is so interested in this Ameline. And what I find so interesting is typically, correct me if I'm wrong, any older collectors, but typically when they show a fashion pack, and it's just the fashion pack being offered to club members, they always model it on a doll that was recently released or already exists. So it's like a doll that was, a lot of times you'll see upgrade dolls offered, or I've seen curated dolls modeling some of the 70s, like that 70s strut out. I forget what the name of it was, but it was a fashion pack that was offered earlier this club year. But it's always a doll. It could be restyled, maybe even rerouted or something, or a haircut. But it's always a doll that currently exists within the Integrity Toys releases. This Ameline does not exist. She is not a doll that has been offered to club members. I don't believe, because like the only Ameline about this skin tone I know of is Celebration Ameline. But I don't believe it's that Ameline with just a reroute, is it? I don't think so. This looks like a completely different Ameline to me. I could be wrong. So I think it's very interesting that they are showing off a doll that does not exist to model the fashion pack. So I don't know. it's odd to me. Again, maybe that's something they do, and I just haven't seen it or noticed it yet, but it's interesting. But like I said, I did not enter for this fashion pack for me. It's just like not something I felt I needed to have. And a lot of people want the doll, but she doesn't exist. So let's go on to the last part of the Dolly Days. So we are at the last part of the Dolly Days, and this part, surprisingly to me, ended up being like the most controversial amongst collectors. Let's get into it. So here we have the Prismatica Collection of Tulabelle True. So this is a collection that was hinted at while we were at convention. They had David go on stage during the Poppy Parker luncheon, and he talked about what's coming for Poppy and what's coming for Tulabelle. And he said the Prismatica Collection, he put up his mood board, which was very much the colors you see going on here. But it was like a mood board of Y2K fashion, and he's like, it's a very Y2K inspired line, and blah, 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 blah. So everyone knew a Prismatica Y2K fashion like collection was coming to the True line. I think something got lost amongst translation to the collectors. I mean, maybe even I didn't understand it correctly, but what I was assuming was happening was, for example, Poppy Parker is not a doll inspired by 60s fashion. She is a doll that exists within the era of like the 60s and 70s and stuff like that. So like that is her era, and she wears fashions that is based off of that period of time. So I thought the True line, that what we were going to have with Tulabelle was we were going to have Tulabelle existing within the Y2K fashion time and like a model within those times. But I watched the reveal video for this collection where David said this is a Y2K inspired line. They are not living in like Y2K. They are not like modeling clothes from that time period. They are simply inspired by those fashions, which is two separate things when you think about it. Like, it's not taking those exact fashions and then putting it on dolls, which is what I think a lot of people were expecting, myself included. But once I took that understanding, it's like today's fashions through the idea of Y2K fashion, which also Y2K fashion is very popular right now. I kind of understood it more. I was disappointed in a way that's like my own expectation isn't what happened. I definitely had a different expectation of what was the collection was going to be based off of the mood boards and everything and how I thought to have understood it. But I also understand better now having heard it that way. I don't know if that makes it better for anyone else, but the reception to this collection was, to put it best, not great. I didn't see many people who were speaking very positively about this collection. I myself, again, like I said, it wasn't what I expected, but I actually like the collection. I, in the past, gave Tulabelle no thought. I was just kind of like, yeah, sure. She was just a line that existed within Integrity Toys to me, but I didn't give her much attention until at the convention when I got Dead Drop Gorgeous Tulabelle. And since opening that Tulabelle, I'm definitely like, okay, you know what? I'm paying more attention. You got me. I'm looking to see what you have coming. So I was excited for this, you know, like after that Tulabelle and I knew the Prismatica collection was coming, I was definitely excited, but again, my expectations were off from what we got. But once I was able to move past that, I looked at the collection and there was a couple things I liked. So we're going to go and talk about like each doll from the collection. First up, we have Adored Tulabelle True, of course, the star of the line. Here she is the Tulabelle 2.0 sculpt. Her body type is the True / Industry 1.0. She has the high-heeled feet, skin tone Japan, and then a brown and dark brown hair mix. So I would say Tulabelle is one of the strongest from the collection, in my opinion. I think as a doll, she's beautiful. I love the styling of this hair. Everyone seems to really enjoy this hair on Tulabelle. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous in it. And also something that's really exciting, it's hard to see in the reveal videos and in these photos, but they said the fabrics in some of these pieces are like this, they look like a pleather, but it's actually like this metallic shiny material. So I'm really like excited to see how those actually look. I did not enter for Tulabelle. I came very close, but I decided not to enter for Tulabelle just because to be honest, I'm just saving money. And I do like her, but I do not love her. And when I look at her, I am still hoping that, because these dolls are going to be coming out early next year. And I think that's going to be around a similar time to when the Imaging gift set is going to be coming out, the W Club doll. So I want to save my money and hopefully be able to obtain one of those dolls versus like getting this doll and having to pay for this doll and then missing out on the Imogen. So fingers crossed on me for the Imogen. But yeah, she's really cute, she's really nice, but I do think honestly I kind of see her being similar to that Imogen that I'm still hoping to get, and I prefer the Imogen. But I think she's really pretty. I love the boots, like the metallic boots. I think the purse with the bow is really cute. At first I thought the bow was like an accessory that attached to the jacket, and I loved that, like if you were able to put the bow somewhere on the outfit, but it's the purse, which is still pretty cute. But yeah, I think it's really nice. She's really pretty. Altogether, I think she is the best total package as far as the dolls come. I do think the price of the doll is, again, maybe a little high at $150, because they just come with the 2 pairs of hands, no extra shoes, and just like what you see. And it's not that it's like not enough, it's just like for that price I would hope for a little less than $150. But she is very pretty, very cute, and I'm not mad at her. I think she's a nice doll. Now we are on to the second doll of the collection, and this is 3 of Hearts Hollis Hughes. And I was so sad when I saw this doll because, well, first, she head sculpt Hollis, body type same, high-heeled feet. She is skin tone A-tone, and her hair color is a light pink. And she's also the $150 for W Club members with shipping and handling. But I was so sad when I saw this doll because I think from the whole collection, she is the prettiest doll, like base doll wise. I think she is absolutely so beautiful. She's given a little bit like Nicki Minaj with like the blunt bang and the bright makeup. And I love this kind of champagne-y pink color for her hair. I love a fantasy hair color. And I think she just has a beautiful face. But I am not a fan of the dress at all. I'm just not a big like, I love a ruffle, but not when ruffle is the only thing going on. It's cute enough, but just not $150 cute for me. So yeah, I was actually kind of sad to see her in this look because it's my favorite doll from the collection, but she's in a fashion that I don't like at all. But I will say, again, the metallic shoes return. I think that's a really cute theme they have going on, and I love these socks with the little bows. Again, the things I love about this doll, I really love, but I don't love it enough to pay the $150, and I didn't find anyone, like, willing to split it, so I was like, it's not for me, it's fine, I let her go. But I do think Hollis is the prettiest doll that was offered in this collection. Okay, so now we are on to the third doll of this collection, and we have Bubble Up Lark Lawrence. Her head sculpt is Lark. She is in the Industry 1.0 body, high-heeled feet, sun-kissed, and the golden blonde hair. And again, we have the $150 plus shipping and handling. So, this doll, again, devastated me when I first saw her because I actually love this look so much. It's like pastel. It is like so unapologetically girly. It is very dolly core, I guess we could say. Like, it is just so so girly, beautiful. It's very much like something that like sparks tingles in my brain and stuff. So like, I love the look. However, I did not like the doll at all. I am not a fan of the Lark face sculpt, even a little bit. And so I was so sad. I was like, my favorite doll is in my least favorite fashion, and my least favorite doll is in my favorite fashion. I was like, why can't this be a Style Lab moment? I want everything to be a Style Lab, but I was like, if I could just switch those two, life would be perfect. So yeah, I was originally really sad. And then also she has some really fun jewelry because all the gems in her jewelry have this like opalescent rainbow shine to them. You can see it a little bit in that middle photo, which is such a cool feature to have. And I'll be honest, the purse is not doing much for me at all. That purse is just, might as well not have even been there. There's just no detailing to it. But I love the dress. And then what's really cool is the top is a separate piece. It's like a bra that's underneath and the dress goes up to it and then the bra peeks out, which I love that. And then again, we have those tiny micro sequins that I've talked about that I really love from Integrity Toys. And these metallic pink booties that are so cute with a little peekaboo toe spot at the bottom. I loved it, and I am happy to say that I did enter for this doll for the lottery, because I have someone, if we win, I will be getting the fashion and they will be getting the doll. So maybe you'll hear more about this doll slash fashion situation in the future. If I win, I definitely will be doing a video on it, but if not, I'm not going to be devastated, but I would really love to have this fashion. I think it is so fun, so cute, and I think it fits really well into my collection. So yeah, this is the one thing, I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but this is the one thing from all of Dolly Days that I did enter for. Now we are on to the last doll of the collection, and we have Precious Cargo, Cabot Clark. Is it Cabot? I feel like that's an odd way to name, or I'm saying it wrong. The head sculpt's Cabot. The body is a home 1.5. He is in a Hungarian skin tone, and he has light brown flocked hair. So this doll, it's a really mixed situation for me. Okay, let's get into it. I love this fashion for a boy doll. I think it's so fun, and it's really like exciting to see like stuff like this represented in boy doll fashion getting fun. Like, this is a fun fashion. My camera went out again. Sorry, you guys. I have no idea why. But again, it's fun to see boy fashion being fun and exciting. However, and now it's back. Sure. But I don't think this was the right doll for the fashion, like, at all. First off, let's get into the fashion. I am not a fan of like the Chanel tweed inspired jacket on this look specifically. I think it's nice that something else was offered, especially again that they're selling at the $150 price tag. Like, give us as much as you can for that, please. But it's just not for me. I think the look is so much stronger. The first photo, like the one right here underneath me, I think this looks so much stronger without the tweed jacket. Like, just the like what do you call it? It's not a halter top. It's a midriff. I cannot think. Cropped. There we go. The cropped shirt with the cargo shorts and the glasses and the necklace showing. The look is strongest there to me, in my personal opinion. I actually really like it a lot. Honestly, I really like it. All the pastels and everything. My problem is Cabot Clark, it does not have the like look for this fashion. He does not pull it off. He's a very like strong looking individual, and that's not bad, but I don't think it pairs well. However, I think a softer male face could have done really well here. And I'm not completely educated on all the sculpts that are within the True line, to be fair. Like, maybe this is the best face from the True line, but I imagine like a face like Thiago's. Thiago could do amazing things with this look, honestly. I think if it was Thiago like presenting this look, I think it would have been a different, like, people would have reacted much differently, because I think he has that more like softer kind of like face, and very like Thiago beautiful. That's the perfect way to put it. He's very beautiful, and this is a very cute look. So I think Thiago is the type of face that would have paired well with this doll and this look. And I think this character just doesn't pair well with this look. I just think a different face could have done better, in my opinion. But I do think this is a really fun look, really cute. But boy dolls are not a big part of my collection, so I'm not gonna enter for the $150 just for the fashion, especially when I don't love the doll and then there's pieces of the fashion I don't like either. So he was a pass for me. All right, so that was all of the doll catch-up, all of the big news that we've had recently. A lot of good stuff, a lot of interesting stuff, I guess. It seems like, to me right now, the community was on such a high after leaving the convention, and like expectations are like up here, and the current releases just aren't living up to that, and a lot of people are upset. I'm kind of just like, I've gotten amazing dolls this year. I've been really happy with what we've been offered this year. I know every release is not going to be for me, so I'm kind of just chilling. I'm like, that's not for me. Cool, moving on. But I do think there was a lot of like interesting choices Integrity Toys has made recently. Like the bodies being offered, not offering the full skin range in like the most popular doll body types. I think that was an odd choice. Showing off a fashion on a doll that doesn't exist. Like, there's always this part of us as humans, like we want what we can't have. So I think even if, I do think the Emeline is very pretty, but I think even if she wasn't that pretty, people would want her just because she doesn't exist, if that makes sense. So that was an odd choice. And then something else, I don't think the bodies should have been a part of Dolly Days. In my opinion, why wouldn't they just offer the bodies, make an announcement like, hey, we have extra bodies up on the website. You know, it's just like an announcement like, hey, we have a couple extras in the warehouse. We're going to put them up on the website if anybody's looking for bodies. And it'd be like, oh, so they're putting up like what they have. Maybe the type I want is there, maybe not, and it's less of a letdown. And then they could have let the Poppy Parker ornaments, which I thought were incredible, that could have been the part 1 of Dolly Days. And I think that would have given Dolly Days so much difference, because it almost started off on a sour note by offering bodies and then not even the bodies people are looking for. Versus if we had offered the ornaments, which I know the ornaments were like a public thing, it wasn't exclusively W Club, but maybe sell exclusively to W Club for the first few days and then release it. I don't know. But I think starting with something like the ornaments would have started Dolly Days on a much higher note, and I think things would have went much more smoothly, and people would have been much more happy with the way things went had it not started and felt like each time was a step backwards. And also, again, maybe this was my misinterpretation, but I think, and other people's, but I feel like if we had known that the Prismatica Collection, and again, maybe David had said this, and this is on us as collectors for not listening more clearly at the convention. I will fully put up, I could be responsible. But if we had heard, known, or it had been clarified in some way to us that the Prismatica Collection was to be inspired by Y2K, but it's not necessarily representing the exact fashions from that time period, I think that could have maybe shifted people's expectations for the collection a little more.
Sure, and of course, let me remind everyone that Tulabelle is the granddaughter of Poppy Parker, so this is the connection, which is why we're discussing the collection during the Poppy luncheon. And so the next collection coming up is called Prismatica, and it is the official Y2K inspired collection that you all.
Which is now vintage, I guess.
Yeah, it's vintage. But it's also pulling from things that I love from the time period. So I loved Heatherette, it's a fashion brand at the time, and Anna Sui, and of course we have, oh my gosh, Betsy Johnson inspired things. And of course, little metallics and pastels, and Lisa Frank, and Trapper Keepers with rainbows on it. I mean, It's all the themes. So
So it's like the 80s by way of the 20s, by way of 2020.
yeah, it all comes back around again. So.
And so when might we see this line?
Very soon.
Ooh, I like the sound of that, David.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it seems like a lot of people are kind of down in bad spirits with the last couple of releases. But me personally, I'm excited for what's to come. I'm really happy with what I've gotten this year so far. And again, I know every release is not going to be for me, but I do think Integrity Toys has made some interesting choices. So let me know down in the comments below how you feel about like all these releases and all this news and stuff like that. How did you feel about Dolly Days? Did any of you enter for any of the dolls that I talked about today? I would love to know. And also down in the down in the description below, you can find links to all my other things, such as my Instagram, which is his.dolls on Instagram. And I think that's about it. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.